emotionally. And is that something that most authors find, if you're a first-time author, that's sort of like a challenge to really discover your inner voice, to discover that, how am I going to connect to people emotionally? My story is not that interesting.
Yes, it's again, it's quite divided. When I see people come through my programs and then work with them in a more in-depth way individually, it is quite divided. I see that people who come from blogging or people who have journaled quite a lot, who are very sort of connected to their own first person position. So I experience the world this way, and I do this and I do that. They tend to find the creative writing and the personal story and the memoir component quite easy. They sort of have leaned into that voice a lot, and they've sort of worked that writing muscle. People who, and this is general, but it's what I see, people who tend to come from more focused on their business, and they might have written reports, e-newsletters, just sort of updates and bulletins, and they want to write about a subject matter like leadership or something. They are really good at getting the content down like you would for a program or laying modules out, but they tend to find the creative writing and the first person position and the sort of exposure of their feelings and emotions and the imagery and the animation and the engagement that's more from creative writing. They tend to find that harder. Yeah, so those are the two groups. And so you find that you need to sort of, I often find I do creative writing practices with those people to loosen up that voice. And with the people who are more always in the first person, I have to rein them in a bit and also get them to focus on, sort of some more strategy. So I'm using elements for both.
Right.
Yeah.
So and it's finding that perfect balance, right, between connecting and actually saying what you want to say in a productive manner, right? Oh, I love that. I love that. Now, would you recommend that, say I have this idea, I really want to write a book. Would you recommend starting a blog? Would you recommend journaling? Like, you mentioned, that's the creative part of it. Would anybody benefit from that? Just to get it started?
Yes, it's definitely better for you if you have been getting in the groove of your writing. So yes, maybe there's free courses, maybe something like My Challenge, maybe journaling or blogging or starting an e-newsletter, or even in your social posts, writing things that are a bit longer and allow your writing voice to explore a bit more. So if you post an image, maybe don't just do an emoji, explore it a bit. So sort of say, here I am, I went for a walk in the garden and I noticed this and this and this, and this made me think about this and this. So you can actually almost on a daily or weekly basis with the online world we live in, you can be exploring and working and navigating your writing voice quite easily. So yes, I always say to people, write quite a bit, and then at some point you will feel that you've sort of got a lot of ideas and a lot of things you want to say or that you want to compile together, and you want to put it into a nice 100-page book or 200-page book. Yes, so yeah, definitely write, and don't hold back thinking that your writing is not good enough. Just write 50 words of something about your walk or about your day, and that's a good kickoff.
I love that. I never thought of that, to just have your social media that you're already doing. And I was thinking, like, even if you're a technical minded person, or even if you're a business owner, I was thinking botany. If you see this flower, you can tell people online, this flower is this genus and it comes from here and this is what it does. Like, it would be interesting, to know. It doesn't always have to be that personal, right? Like you said, finding that balance.
Yes, because a lot of people don't like being too personal. They find social media quite, sort of kind of intrusive and quite exposing. And I'm actually very private. I've got quite an introvert part of my personality. So I'm a mix. But on social media, yeah, most of what I talk about is the world and things that are going on around me, and sort of ideas about, yes, this day or this book or this little adventure or something. It's not all about me and here's my family and here's that. You don't have to be you don't have to be all showing everyone everything if that doesn't feel right for you. You know what I mean?
I think that is the perfect advice for social media. It's like, try and be authentic. If you do not want to share what you had for lunch, take a picture and describe the salad in terms of its molecular structure, if that is.
Exactly. Yes.
Let go on
Yeah,
the
totally
Oh,
agree.
I love that. I love that. Now, in terms